now that he has taken over Twitter. We'll find out more on that too. But first, as always, it's time for the 9 headlines at 9 tonight. Girls being auctioned to repay loans in Rajasthan's Bhilwara. Outrage forces women and child's body and the human rights body to take cognizance. BJP targets the Gehlot government who vows to take strict action. Storm over a DMK leader's derogatory remarks against women. Sexist Neta calls a BJP actor turned Neta items, referring to Khushbu after Kanimori's apology remains brazen, says his remarks are being misinterpreted. India exposes Pakistan in a global forum. Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar says 2611 plotters were protected in Pakistan. Plays out an audio of Lashkar terrorist Sajid Mir at anti-terror global meet in Mumbai. Government tweaks IT rules to pave the way for setting up of grievance appellate panels. Social media platforms have to acknowledge complaints within 24 hours and resolve within 15 days. After madrasas now survey of Arabic schools in Karnataka, complaints of poor standard of education reported, state to conduct survey of around 200 Arabic schools. A day after Samajwadi Party Neta Azam Khan was convicted for hate speech against Yogi Adityanath, Team Akhilesh disqualifies him as an MLA. Delhi's air quality very poor for a 4th straight day with AQI at 428. Neighbouring cities of Ghaziabad, Greater Noida, Gurugram and Faridabad also affected. India's forex reserves fall to $524.52 billion. Reserves have dropped to their lowest level since July 2020. And Elon Musk officially takes over social media giant Twitter, terminates top executives including CEO Parag Agarwal and legal head Vijaya Gade. But this Friday night at the very top, the shocker that's coming in from Rajasthan. Girls allegedly being sold off to settle debts in Bhilwara. That's right. The sale of girls was allegedly recorded on stamp paper. The National Human Rights Commission has now stepped in and issued a notice to the Rajasthan government after the media reports came out first in the Dainik Bhaskar newspaper. And these reports allegedly suggest that the girls were being auctioned to pay off debts. The Gehlot government has now stepped in and said that they will ensure that tough action is taken. But clearly, this is an incident that shames Rajasthan and indeed the way society functions in some parts of the country. Take a look.
Yes, this is 21st century India booming with the promise of Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Beti Ko Aage Badhao. And this is its hard, cruel, nauseating reality check. A traumatizing story from a state historically steeped in gender discrimination, Rajasthan. Young girls allegedly auctioned off, the transaction recorded on a stamp paper. The NHRC has issued a notice to the Rajasthan government over reports that girls are being auctioned off on stamp paper in half a dozen districts of the state, and the refusal thereof is resulting in the rape of their mothers to settle financial disputes on the diktats of caste panchayats. The NHRC has taken suo motu cognizance of a media report.
The Commission has issued notices to the Chief Secretary and the Director General Police of the Government of Rajasthan and asked for the reports in the matter within 4 weeks as to what action has been taken against such persons and this criminal activity and what steps are proposed to be taken to ensure that constitutional provisions are implemented.
कर्जा बढ़ने की वजह से इनके पास जो ज़मीन रहती है थोड़ी बहुत या अपने लड़कियां इनके रहती हैं उनको बेचने में मजबूर हो जाते हैं। तो जो एजेंट लोग इनको पैसा उधार देते हैं वही एजेंट इनके पास संपर्क करते हैं, बार बार इनको पैसों के लिए तंग करते हैं।
The Chief Secretary of Rajasthan and DGP have been asked to respond to the NHRC notice. The NCW has also stepped in, sending a notice to the state of Rajasthan and forming a fact-finding team. The story has led to a political storm in the desert state. BJP and women activists slamming the Gehlot government over the report. The Rajasthan government on the back foot, ordering a probe.
देखिए ये तो अभी मीडिया में खबर आई है जी, हमने टीम लगा दी है वहाँ पर हकीकत मालूम है कि वास्तव में क्या स्थिति है, ये खबर क्यों बनी, कैसे बनी, क्या कारण है। हम तो वहाँ किसी को बख्शेंगे नहीं, कोई घटना हुई होगी तो।
ये जो खोखलापन है, बड़े हो गए हैं, ये अपना अंधा कानून चला रहे हैं। ऐसे कैसे चला सकते हैं अंधा कानून? या संविधान है या नहीं? तो इसलिए उस बेटी के लिए राज्य सरकार को चाहे सामाजिक तौर हो, चाहे पॉलिटिकल हो, कानून हो, इन सबको मिला के काम करने की जरूरत है.
While multiple probes are on, while a political war rages to save the proverbial honor of our girls, what should stare you in the face is this 50 rupee stamp paper. With all the lip service, this is the alleged price of a young girl today in one of the states of a country which touts itself to be one of the fastest growing economies of the world. Bureau Report, India Today.
And joining me now is Bhupendrabhai Singh. He's IG Intelligence in the Rajasthan Police. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Singh. The Chief Minister saying strict action will be taken. Can you tell us exactly what action has been taken so far?
Let me just elaborate. First of all, I'm IG Ajmer range.
That's right. Sorry, sir. IG Ajmer range. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. The thing is that let me clarify the thing. This is not any incident or any case freshly happened. This story dates back to 2005, and the stamp paper which is being talked of is of 2005. And this case, of course, came to the picture to the police or the Bhilwara administration in 2019. And then a case was registered in the Bhilwara police station, Hanuman Nagar district, Bhilwara, wherein 25 people were charge sheeted in the court. So this story has come as a follow-up to that, where the girls are presently in the Nari Niketan, Ajmer. A total of 7 girls were rescued at that time, and out of them, the 5 were rehabilitated with their families. Unfortunately, 2 of them could not be rehabilitated for sake of information with the families, and they are in the Nari Niketan, from where this story has started.
Are you saying that all those, therefore, who are responsible for this are today charge sheeted and behind bars, or are they out on bail?
I'll have to check their present status, but all of them were charge sheeted, and they were either some of them died also, 3 or 4 of them, and remaining 21 people, they were charge sheeted, means they were put to trial. So the latest status, final status, can be ascertained by the authorities or by our office on the next working day. So I can update you that on that on a bit later stage.
Okay,
so,
we'll leave it there, Mr. Singh. You're saying to me that this is a long-run pending case where the charge sheet has been filed, but there is still uncertainty exactly of the nature of the punishment that those responsible for it have faced. We will track this story, but I appreciate you joining us here.
There is just one more thing to be added. This is a social evil present in some caste. We can say this is a almost 17 years ago case. It's a 2005. So now we are in 2022, and this case. Of course, this channel must give a clarion call to all the viewers and the society that this evil must stop with the help of the society. Rajasthan Police has anti-human trafficking cell in all the districts. It is a later development, of course, not in 2005. It is a later development, but at present we leave no stone unturned, either in tracing the missing person, a girl or a boy, as well as any other human trafficking case if it comes to the knowledge of the police. The Rajasthan police, as its motto goes, "Aparadhiyon mein dar, aamjan mein vishwas," is working tooth and nail to fight this means.
We'll wait and see whether these cases are continuing. We are sending a reporter there to see whether this is just a one-off, whether these cases continue. But for now, this is a complete shocker, and it reflects in a way how in certain parts of the country, women are used, even an auction, as part of a deal to pay off debt. Surely that is unacceptable in any civilized society, and only the strongest punishment can actually act as a deterrence. Mr. Singh, I appreciate you joining me. Let me turn from there to the political controversy of the day that erupted in Maharashtra a day after the state lost another mega project, an Airbus project for the Indian Air Force, to Gujarat. The opposition's Aditya Thackeray is accusing the Eknath Shinde government of failing to safeguard the state's interests. The Shinde government claims the decision to shift the project was taken while the Thackeray's were in power. Either way, the question arises, in election year, how is it that several mega investment projects are only heading to Gujarat? Take a look.
After the Foxconn Vedanta semiconductor project, another multi-billion-dollar investment has moved from Maharashtra to Gujarat. The Airbus and Tata will manufacture C-295 transport aircraft in Vadodara for the Indian Air Force. The 22,000 crore rupees project was earlier expected to come up in Maharashtra's Nagpur. With Maharashtra losing out on another big-ticket investment, the opposition in the state is up in arms. Shiv Sena Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray leader Aditya Thackeray came down heavily on the state government led by CM Eknath Shinde. Thackeray claims Maharashtra has lost 4 big projects recently: the Vedanta Foxconn chip plant, a bulk drug park, a medical device park, and now the Tata Airbus aircraft facility.
महाराष्ट्र से वेदांता फॉक्सकॉन निकल गया, बल्क ड्रग पार्क गया, मेडिकल डिवाइस पार्क गया। तब से मैं कह रहा हूँ कि एयरबस भी निकल जाएगा। आज मुझे मीडिया से ये सुनाई दे रहा है कि एयरबस भी चला गया। तो ये जो डबल इंजन की सरकार है, एक इंजन तो फेल्ड है। केंद्र सरकार की इंजन चल रही है, हमारे समय हमारी इंजन चल रही थी, केंद्र सरकार के साथ ठीक चल रही थी इंजन। अभी क्या ऐसे हुआ कि ये जो सरकार है उसकी इंजन फेल हो गई।
Other Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi leader joined Thackeray in taking on the NDA.
केंद्र शासनाने तो प्रकल्प गुजरातमध्ये नेला, परत एकदा महाराष्ट्रावर सर्जिकल स्ट्राईक गुजरातने केला आणि महाराष्ट्र राज्याचे मुख्यमंत्री एकनाथ शिंदे साहेब हे बघत राहिले आणि महाराष्ट्रामध्ये प्रकल्प आणण्याच्या दृष्टिकोनातून, गुंतवणूक आणण्याच्या दृष्टिकोनातून श्री एकनाथ शिंदे यांचं सरकार पूर्णपणे विफल झालेलं आहे.
The Shinde government claims the project shifted to Gujarat when the Aghadi was in power.
और एयरबस के बारे में 21 सितंबर 2021 को एयरबस और सेंट्रल मिनिस्टर डिफेंस इसके बीच में जो एमओयू हो गया है, तभी तय हो गया था कि ये महाराष्ट्र में आने वाला नहीं है, क्योंकि 30 अक्टूबर को अगर भूमि पूजन हो रहा है तो जमीन 6 महीने पहला 7 महीना पहले तो आइडेंटिफाई करना चाहिए। तो ये 1 बरस पहले ही उधर गया था, लेकिन राजनीति के लिए ये बदनाम करने की कोशिश है।
एयरबस प्रोजेक्ट महाराष्ट्र में नहीं आने का कारण आदित्य ठाकरे जी, आपकी वसूली वाली सरकार जिम्मेदार है। 2.5 वर्षों में आप कौन से कामों में लिप्त थे ये सारा देश जानता है। इस कारण यदि आपके पास कोई दस्तावेज है तो दस्तावेज दिखाइए।
The Shinde government came under attack last month too when a joint venture between Vedanta and Taiwanese electronics giant Foxconn proposed to be set up near Pune shifted to Gujarat. The Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi had blamed Chief Minister Shinde and his deputy Devendra Fadnavis for failing to seal the 1.54 lakh crore rupees deal.
Maharashtra has lost 2 multi-billion-dollar investments to Gujarat in just 1 month. The sudden shifts ahead of Gujarat elections have raised many questions in Maharashtra. Did politics play a part in the movement of big projects, or is Gujarat simply the best investment destination? With camera person Kiran Sakpal, myself Ritvik Bhalekar for India Today, Mumbai.
So is Gujarat really India's #1 investment destination? Is the Modi factor influencing business decisions and taking investment to Gujarat from other states? Is Gujarat benefiting from just having better policies and infrastructure? Why are states like Maharashtra losing out to Gujarat? Are the opposition charges valid or baseless or favoritism? Joining me now is Priyanka Chaturvedi, the Shiv Sena Member of Parliament in the Rajya Sabha, its Deputy Leader. Syed Zafar Islam is BJP spokesperson and former MP of the BJP. Supriya Srinath, Congress chairperson of its social media cell. And Chiranjeev Patel is a leading entrepreneur and business mentor based in Ahmedabad. I appreciate all of you joining us. Priyanka Chaturvedi, let's start with you because the Shiv Sena seems to be complaining the loudest, claiming projects are moving out of Maharashtra to Gujarat, the latest being the Airbus project. The government of Maharashtra and the government of India are saying, look, many of these projects predate the new government coming to power in Maharashtra. Don't blame us. Investors go where they get the best rate of investment, the best facilities, ease of doing business today is better in Gujarat than Maharashtra.
So firstly, Rajdeep ji, I want to correct you by saying that we have no axe to grind against Gujarat at all. It is also, there are two other projects which have gone to other states but Maharashtra. There are 4 projects ever since this government was sworn in which have gone out of Maharashtra. Our concern is with the state of Maharashtra and it being the #1 investment destination for the country continues to be the growth engine story for the country. And why? It in a deliberate move, we are seeing how suddenly these projects are being passed over from Maharashtra. Starting with Vedanta Foxconn. Vedanta had an MOU during the BJP Shiv Sena tenure. We had signed an MOU. Unfortunately, that was Vedanta and Apple and they had a fallout because of which it could not be fructified. When they again partnered with Foxconn, that was when the conversations began again, almost came to a closure. In July, when this government was formed, the chief minister, the unconstitutional chief minister who's presiding right now, who's partyless right now, had gone on the floor of the assembly and said that we are going to be bringing this project. What happened in the meanwhile for it to go to Gujarat? And now for the matter of Vedanta Foxconn, the issues, the challenges that Gujarat, where it has chosen to move to, are many. I have also written in my column that whether it is the continuous water supply, the geographical location, etc., these are going to be challenges for Vedanta Foxconn and for a semiconductor industry to rise there. Second is the medical device park. Third is the bulk drugs park, gone to other states and again Maharashtra overlooked. And the last but not the least is the Tata Airbus. The Tata Airbus deal was to come to Nagpur. Finalization had happened. We had the industries minister in the month of September say that the chief minister and deputy chief minister are going to meet the prime minister to ensure it comes to Maharashtra. And suddenly one fine day in October, we hear that Prime Minister is going to be launching it in Vadodara, Gujarat. So the problem here is that why is there a deliberate move to try and take away industries out of Maharashtra, whether it was IFSC, whether it was various other projects that have been taken out of Maharashtra. And that is our point of concern and we will continue to raise.
Okay, so you're not specifically singling out Gujarat. Your problem is more of projects coming out of Maharashtra, but your leadership from time to time has claimed that Gujarat seems to be benefiting at the cost of Maharashtra. They've given Vedanta Foxconn, the Airbus project as prime examples of that Gujarat something seems to be in the air.
1.5 lakh crore project. 1.5 lakh crore project, which is Vedanta Foxconn, which was naturally to come to Maharashtra because the entire terms and conditions and whatever they were looking at in terms of manufacturing location was ideal for Vedanta Foxconn. But overnight it going to some other state is a question that needs to be asked. Another 22,000 crore project, which was a pride of Maharashtra, which would have created jobs for Maharashtra, has gone out to Gujarat. Gujarat seems to be the biggest beneficiary, but we don't have an axe to grind with the state. We have an axe to grind with the centre and these people who are working in the service of the Delhi Darbar.
Okay, you're claiming that, almost as if Gujarat seems to have something special to it. And there, of course, the Modi factor invariably, even though you've not mentioned that word, comes in. Dr. Syed Zafar Islam, it's very interesting that just in the first 3 months of this election year, April to June, Gujarat has actually attracted higher FDI than it attracted in the whole of the last year. It almost seems at the moment, elections in Gujarat, Khushbu Gujarat ki, Prime Minister from Gujarat, Home Minister from Gujarat, Gujarat seems to be ostensibly getting a lot of the projects that, according to Priyanka Chaturvedi, in some instances were meant for Maharashtra, for example.
See, Rajdeep, first of all, we have to understand that all the FDI which is coming to India is primarily concentrated into 6 states. Gujarat happened to be one of them. Maharashtra is also one of the 6 states where most of the FDIs are flowing. Now, there is intense competition between the states. And also...
No, but is it free and fair competition? Sorry to intervene. Is it free or fair and fair competition, or is it Zafar Islam that because it is the Prime Minister's home state, Gujarat has certain natural benefits?
Not at all. In fact, the investors not look at the Prime Minister or for that matter any particular state. They look what will benefit them, because at the end of the day, it is their investment and they are accountable and responsible to their board and the investors. So shareholders will always ask you, why did you go in a state or at a place where you will not have the maximum return on capital? So it is very unfair to make this kind of a statement and allegation to anyone. Last year, if you see, when he was the chief minister, Uddhav Thackeray was the chief minister, that time you see the number. Why did he allowed at that point in time to have the most investment taking place in the state of Gujarat? They were number one in terms of attracting the foreign direct investment, and they had the by far higher than the state of Maharashtra.
No, actually, let me correct you. Let me correct you. In 2021-22, Karnataka actually attracted the highest FDI. Gujarat was number 6, Maharashtra was number 2. But in this year, in this election year, there has been a steep rise in FDI projects that have been sanctioned for Gujarat. I'll come back to you all because these are hard numbers that I'm giving you, and we'll put those numbers on the screen.
Just a second.
Supriya Srinath, in this battle between the Shiv Sena and the BJP, just a minute, sir.
Gujarat was number 1.
Okay, in this battle between the two of you, Supriya Srinath, where do you stand? You've been an economic journalist also yourself. Do you agree that investors will go where they get the best return on investment? They are seeing benefits in Gujarat, which they are not seeing in other states. Why blame the fact that Gujarat happens to be the Prime Minister's state?
So let's get one thing very clear here. I do not think we are against investments in Gujarat, or for that matter against investments in Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, the Northeast, Bengal, anywhere. There should be investments in all states, and actually if islands of investments are created, it creates a disproportionate amount of access to certain states and not to the other. It is an open secret that investments are being fueled by the central government in Gujarat, and like you rightly pointed out, actually the FDI flow in Gujarat has slipped from number 1 to number 6 position last fiscal, and this is basically to prop up before elections. But that is not the point. If I may take this a little further from the point that you are mentioning, I want to actually ask the more basic questions. With so much investment going into Gujarat, with Gujarat becoming this one island of investment, why are 18% of the total people in Gujarat poor? Why are there 1 crore 12 lakh poor people in Gujarat? Why is Gujarat one of the lowest on human development indices, especially on malnutrition? Why is it that Gujarat is the 3rd most corrupt state in the country? And this is not my data, this is data that's coming in from Niti Aayog.
Gujarat is also one of the highest states in terms of ease of doing business. Gujarat has been in the top states in terms of ease of doing business.
So, Rajdeep, do you believe that ease of doing business alone is the single biggest criteria and not human development index? You do not believe that poverty in Gujarat is huge? Actually, Gujarat is more poor than many other states of this country. I mean, we have to talk about these things as well. Malnutrition, Gujarat actually tops the list for women malnutrition. Why are we not talking about these things? Why are we not talking about the fact that GSLDC, the Land Development Corporation of Gujarat, was caught in a huge bribery scam? Why are we not talking about the fact that Niti Aayog says Gujarat is the 3rd most corrupt state in the country? So I think we need to take a holistic view. Okay. Obviously, investments are going to Gujarat because the central government is pushing. You're raising that, ma'am, just a minute. That investments are being taken away from one state to another.
Let me bring in Chiranjeev Patel, because as an entrepreneur in Gujarat who has built his business there, do you go along with the view that Gujarat benefits from the fact that it has the political clout, or do you believe that Gujarat is a state where there is ease of doing business, red carpet is given to entrepreneurs, and that is enabling Gujarat to move into fast forward mode?
Rajdeep, I started my business journey from Gujarat, but we work in 12 states. So whatever I say will be with my vast experience of working with all different types of government and including the state regional parties also in various parts of the country. The reason I am saying Gujarat is because Gujarat, I use the word leap. It is not a leap of faith taken just by the industrialists to come to Gujarat, but this is a leap of faith taken by the government also of Gujarat. Now, what do I mean by leap when I say leap? The first is the labor availability and no union issues that have been faced by our industrialists since last so many years. There has been Reliance, there has been Adani, there has been various other companies, including Tatas and various other companies that have grown in Gujarat. But not once you will hear the issues that you hear in many other regions of the country. The second, of course, like you said, is ease of clearances, ease of government support, and the proactiveness of government, including the Tata Nano project, where Mr. Ratan Tata officially went on stage years back and said one day, 24 hours it took to clear every single thing that was needed to get Tata Nano, and some other state also lost during that time. The third is the availability of raw materials made easy, very, very easy due to the port and immense rail network that is being developed, constantly, and that is also forecasted. And even in this, whether it is due to elections, whether it is due to whatever we say, but there have been phenomenal port and railway projects which have recently been announced in the last 3 months. And of course, the fourth, when we say the key part of the leap,
are you linking all of this?
Stability.
So you're saying it has nothing to do with political clout. It is a leap of faith which has been taken over the last decade or more. Am I correct, Chiranjeev? That you are claiming that this has been built over a considerable period of time. It didn't just start with Narendra Modi coming to Delhi.
No, because even when he was the then chief minister, Vibrant Gujarat had started as a product then. Okay. Every one of us were complaining the number of MOUs that have been done. Lakhs of crore ke hote hai, kya ho raha hai? Today when you come to GIFT City, today when you come to Dholera, which is coming up with the world's biggest solar park, GIFT City, every one of us was always, even on your debates we've shared so many times, that what is going to happen to GIFT City. Let's see in last 5 years, today when he just came as the Prime Minister 2 months back to inaugurate the World Bullion Exchange. See how the entire world is now coming to GIFT City. Okay, I am right now in Singapore. Everyone is talking in Singapore about opening an office in the GIFT City.
Say something,
let Priyanka Chaturvedi respond. Priyanka Chaturvedi, you're hearing from a business person from Gujarat who's saying, look, the government has opened up doors which perhaps in other states take much more much longer at the moment. There are single window clearances and of course there is political benefit. There will be some political benefit, no doubt, but you can't deny also the entrepreneurial energies of Gujarat. Let Priyanka respond, then Chiranjeev will come
Rajdeep ji,
yes.
I do not dispute whatever Mr. Patel is saying. He's happy with his business in Gujarat and the other 12 other states that he faces challenges. That is his experience and that is his experience speaking, and he has shared it with us. I'm not even going to argue that. Will I grudge that Gujarat is doing better? Not one bit. Are other states trying to catch up? Yes, they are. Perhaps they are in their own ways and mechanism. I'm talking about a definite narrative where projects which were already... 1 second, sir, please, I did not interrupt you. Please. At least have that courtesy. I'm not interrupting you, neither am I challenging your business sense here. And neither am I disrupting whatever you're saying or arguing with that. All I'm trying to say is that there have been projects where MOUs were signed with Maharashtra. Atmosphere was conducive, whether it's the semiconductor industry, whether it was the Tata Airbus deal. Was made conducive, the state government was partnering with them. The corporates had come on board saying that yes, they want to work on it. They want to work in Maharashtra because everything seemed conducive to their business. For that business to suddenly overnight turn around and say that no, sorry, we are not coming here, we are going to Gujarat, is a question that needs to be asked. Is there a deliberate narrative being created against Maharashtra? When you say Bombay Stock Exchange will be moved from here to Gujarat, when you say IFSC, we somehow find it better there are questions that need to be asked. That the projects are being pulled out of the state of Maharashtra than the ones which are supported by the central government. I gave you the example of medical devices park. I gave you the example of bulk drugs park. Again, it was supposed to be in partnership with the central government. Central government chose not to give it to Maharashtra despite our terms and conditions being much fairer and much better than every other state. Again, with the Foxconn Vedanta deal, it is a matter on record, that vis-a-vis what Gujarat has offered, Maharashtra has offered a better deal to them. But unfortunately, I do not know what pressure, what pulls, power play happened for it to go. So that is a question that needs to be asked.
But there are subjective criteria involved in all these in this decision making. But Syed Zafar Islam, perceptionally, there is a sense, particularly because this is an election year, that Gujarat is going all out to send out the message that investments are coming. The double engine phenomenon. At the end of the day, let's be clear. Narendra Modi ji is Prime Minister of India. He is no longer Chief Minister of Gujarat. He is CEO of India. He cannot, if every foreign leader is encouraged to come to Gujarat, if every foreign leader is first taken to Ahmedabad, other places, what's the message being sent out? Is it a level playing field?
I think, no, I think there are two different things. First, that leaders visiting Sabarmati Ashram is a very different thing than the investment which the state of Gujarat is attracting. It is not for the first time the state of Gujarat is attracting investment. They are attracting based on their strength. As Mr. Patel was talking about the cheap labor, not only cheap labor, it's skilled cheap labor. That is something which is a strength. Which is a strength for the state of Gujarat. Second, it's an investor-friendly state. The single window clearance, the proactiveness of bureaucrats and red carpet.
Are you saying Maharashtra is not an investor-friendly state? I concede that there has been political instability in recent times.
No,
but are
I'm
you
not
saying Maharashtra with the infrastructure that it's historically had, with Mumbai as the financial capital,
I never said that.
is not investor-friendly?
No, all I said...
It is so unfortunate.
Priyanka, you must be allowed to complete
Rajdeep,
you're from Mumbai. You're from Maharashtra.
See, she was talking about Kutsi. She was talking about Kutsi.
Please go ahead.
She was giving lecture on Kutsi.
Please go ahead, Dr.
Don't
Islam.
please somebody.
Her mic is muted. You go ahead.
When you don't experience. All I'm saying that we are not against any state. It's all BJP ruled state. Since you are talking about Gujarat, why they are attracting investment? They are attracting investment for ages because of the policies they have. Maharashtra state is also attracting investment based on their strength. As I said, there are 6 states which is all the investment are concentrated in these 6 states. I think the global investor must invest in other states, and other states should also come up with good policies and proactiveness and lay out red carpet for those global investors who can set up their shop in those states. Okay. We are not averse to other investors investing beyond Gujarat. We want investors to invest in India, whichever state they are comfortable with.
Want to respond,
it is very unfair to make this kind of allegation.
To what
and it's the best allegation.
Is suggesting that despite these investments, Zafar Islam, on certain human development indices, Gujarat lags behind. Does that worry you at all?
See, that's a separate discussion. We can have that discussion, but she should also see what is the same index. She should also examine in the state of Rajasthan and state of Chhattisgarh, where they have the government. But that's a separate issue, and I'm sure that everyone in the country should work to ensure that human development index must improve, not only in Gujarat but all the states. It is very unfair to make this kind of statement only to target one state. I'm not targeting any state.
Supriya, quick response. At the moment, our focus is on Gujarat becoming this business destination.
In terms of Gujarat's contribution to national GDP.
Okay, go ahead quickly, Supriya.
Can I please come in?
Yes, ma'am.
I have a very small point to make here. I think, for us to sit here well-heeled and criticize union issues is very unfortunate, because those issues raise the rights of workers. Let's not demean that, and I will say that very strongly. I stand with unions. For every project of Tata Motors, there is a Ford plant that has shut down in Gujarat. There's a General Motors plant that has shut down in Gujarat. Gujarat needs to ask why MSMEs are in big trouble. 147 Nagarpalika employees have been on strike for over, months. Why are we not talking about these issues? And let me also say, it's very good that a state attracts investment, but that investment has a virtuous cycle. It has a spiraling effect, and the spiraling effect is prosperity. That spiraling effect is jobs. That spiraling effect is nutrition. On all those 3 criteria, if Gujarat lags behind, questions will be asked, and we are only doing that.
Okay.
We are only asking questions that why does this median age state, which is much younger than Gujarat, a UP or a Bihar, why does the Prime Minister not aid investments in some of these states, including Maharashtra, including Tamil Nadu?
Okay.
I think the Prime Minister has to get over his obsession of being only from Gujarat. He's the Prime Minister.
Can I just respond to
before you come in, Zafar Islam, Chiranjeev Patel, you told me that you invest in 12 states. Just a minute, ma'am. Chiranjeev Patel, you said you invest in 12 states.
And if he's
give me the difference. Chiranjeev, give me the difference between investing in a Gujarat and investing in these states with strong regional leaders as well. They also give you single window clearances. So why is it that you believe that some of these mega projects, particularly in the last few months, are going towards Gujarat and not these other states?
Rajdeep, I think we are also forgetting the announcement that were made in the Rajasthan Business Conclave that happened last month, wherein companies which are being constantly put under allegations like Adani have invested more than 50,000, committed to invest more than 50,000 crores. The same announcement as by Adani has been made with Calcutta also. Can I complete, ma'am?
Yes, go ahead.
Second is the second and the most.
No, let him complete. Supriya, this is not right. Let him complete. Go ahead, Chiranjeev.
Also, whether it is me or any bigger or a smaller investor, will a particular business company the first thing that they will check is the amount of political stability and the environment that a state gives you. And as far as every other industry is concerned, I don't want to debate because this is not for that. As far as political stability and the business ease is concerned, since last 20 years, it is not just BJP being in power or the stability or whatever. Every single company that has come in here is today flourishing.
Overnight,
now,
this is remarkable political stability.
Oh, please.
One by one. You know, you must. Supriya, the rules are clear. You cannot. He has made his point that he believes Gujarat has greater political stability. The BJP has been par there, almost uninterrupted for 25 years. The Shankar Singh Waghela small interlude. But yes, Priyanka Chaturvedi, we started with you. Let's try and end with you. Yes.
You know, yes. No, it is extremely unfortunate, a businessman trying to get into the political instability about it and becoming a political spokesperson. It's unfortunate, but I just want to correct him that despite political changes, despite political parties ruling and standing in the opposition in Maharashtra over the years, every single political party has single-mindedly focused on ease of doing business in the state. And that is why Maharashtra, and thank you for fact-checking the BJP spokesperson, that Maharashtra was the second largest FDI attracting state. And if our government would have continued, it would have reached the top position in this particular year. Unfortunately, we were pulled down. So all I'd like to say here is that as far as political stability is concerned, every political party works for the betterment of a particular state and the state that they're being asked to govern. What is unfortunate is the new trend which has begun, where y'all take away MOUs which are already signed, y'all take away business understanding which have already been signed in a particular state to show to Gujarat right now because there's an election coming, then you'll face tough challenges there. That is the unfortunate part. A Prime Minister cannot play favoritism here. A Prime Minister cannot interfere on where businesses are heading. And that is what, if you're talking about a level playing field, the level playing field, when he spoke about Rajasthan, I must say there was a level playing field for all corporate houses and there was no partiality or speciality shown for any particular industry or industrialist. That is what I think the nation should work towards and not work on the basis of
Rajdeep, one simple question is,
yes, Zafar Islam, a final word.
Is Mr. Ratan Tata a spokesperson? Is Mr. Mukesh Ambani a spokesperson of the government? Is Mr. Gautam Adani the spokesperson of the government? That's my only question.
I can say the same. They have had the same spurs from Maharashtra. Considering that over the years they continue to invest.
Are they spokesperson or not?
The moment you all start cross-talking, the viewer doesn't get. Producer, mics down. Zafar Islam, you get your 10-15 seconds. The fact is, Zafar Islam, let's not run away from it. The fact is, Gujarat has benefited inordinately in the last 8 years. You cannot get away from that. I'm not saying that Gujarat, even pre-Mr. Modi coming to Delhi, wasn't seen as an industrial powerhouse, but there has been a disproportionate benefit, particularly in this election year. The project of Foxconn Vedanta was announced in the assembly in Maharashtra by Chief Minister Scindia as coming to Maharashtra. 6 weeks later, it goes to Gujarat.
Rajdeep, it is absolutely baseless to make this kind of a statement, and I will contest that. Secondly, all the investors, whoever is the investor, they will make investment based on two things. One, their experience with the authorities and the political leadership and the stability what they experience. Second, the return on capital. I think that wherever they feel that they will have they will maximize their return on investment, they will choose that destination, respective whether Mr. Sardesai recommend them or Mr. Zafar Islam recommend them or Mr. Patel or Supriya Srinathji.
No,
Their
don't worry,
investor is the
Mr.
investor.
Sardesai is
They
not
will
recommending
always go by
anyone
the
but Supriya
shareholder.
Srinath.
They have to create, they have to generate.
Just a minute.
They have
In
to
conclusion,
generate
when a
return for the
Gautam
shareholders.
Adani,
And
no,
they
1 minute,
cannot-
sir.
they
When a
cannot
Gautam Adani
prioritize
puts,
a
this says,
particular
I'm going to
state.
invest in Rajasthan, no problem. The moment in big ticket investments by Adani or anyone else in Gujarat, suddenly the impression is it's because of Mr. Modi. Is that fair?
Absolutely not fair.
I am glad you have asked me that question, and I will answer it as clearly as I can. We are not against investments. We are not against profits. We create a level playing field and anybody is welcome there. Wherever Mr. Adani invested in Rajasthan, anybody else could have. We do not create monopolies and we do not create a condition where businesses are booted out just for a few corporates to be wooed in.
Okay.
That is the difference between what we do, what we stand for, and what the crony capitalists of the BJP stand for.
Okay,
that is the difference.
Okay,
and
let's
they will
leave
never
it there.
understand the difference because they're so used to working a
Supriya
certain way.
Srinath,
That is the
time up.
reality.
You've been an anchor. My time is up. I've been over time already. It's been fascinating to listen to this because I think this will, in a sense, become a subject of great debate, contentious debate in the future because with different state governments ruled by different parties, intense competition between the states, do some states benefit because of favoritism by the center or creating a conducive environment on the ground? Thank you all very much for joining me here on this today.
Thank you.
Fascinating debate there. Let's move from there to our other big story. Elon Musk has completed his much publicized acquisition of social media giant Twitter. And on the very first day, right after the deal was formalized, Musk sacked the entire top brass, including the CEO, Parag Agarwal. Take a look at just what this means.
The world's richest man, Elon Musk, who champions himself as free speech absolutist, has acquired Twitter. A day after walking into the Twitter headquarters with a sink in his hand, Musk took to the microblogging site to announce the bird is freed. Over coffee, Musk also interacted with Twitter employees, or what is left of them. A number of top bosses were fired as soon as the deal was struck. Those sacked include CEO Parag Agarwal, CFO Ned Segal, Legal and Policy Executive Vijay Agade, and General Counsel Sean Edgett. While earlier reports claimed Musk plans to lay off 75% staff, the US media says the new owner in his interaction with employees has termed the number incorrect. So what next for Twitter? Analysts say Musk is taking Twitter private. This means all stockholders will sell their shares to X Holdings, the company floated by Musk for his Twitter deals. Musk will form a new board of directors filled with his trusted executives. The platform itself is likely to see many changes. Musk may loosen moderation rules. Permanent bans may be lifted, allowing barred tweeples like Donald Trump to return. Musk could also change Twitter into an all-in-one app retaining its social media functionalities. All one can be sure of is that Twitter has interesting times ahead. Bureau Report, India Today.
So what does this mean for the world's social media giant that in a way directs conversations across the world? Joyjit Pal, Associate Professor at the Information School, University of Michigan, who's tracked social media for a long time, joins me, and Rahil Khurshid, co-founder Laminar Global and former head of News Twitter India, and an old colleague of mine, joins me. Appreciate both of you joining us. Professor Pal, to you first. What does it mean for a company like Twitter, social media giant, now to be privately held by someone like Elon Musk? Does it give him inordinate power? Could he use that power to influence the nature of Twitter in the future?
Yeah, so first of all, when the deal was first announced, Musk said that he would buy it before he came in with the full filing, I basically said, this is a publicity stunt. He's not going to do it. Luckily, I didn't say I would eat my turned out so. Otherwise, I'd be breaking beef rules somewhere. So I was surprised at first when he actually made the deal real. And then, of course, very soon after that, he tried to back out of it because the deal was basically a bad deal. Even if it looks like for him as an individual, it is something great to have the platform for himself as he fashions it. There are certain risks associated with it. But when he tweeted "the bird is free," immediately the European Union's internal market commissioner Thierry Breton said, "Well, the bird is free, but in Europe the bird will fly by our rules," so as to make a point here that it's not like everything can change and nations' rules can just be overrun. So it is true that now he has a lot more ability to do things his way, but that doesn't mean that he can run free with free speech, because historically, whenever that has happened, platforms have actually failed. If you look at 4chan, 8chan, the platforms which existed on free speech absolutism, eventually advertisers don't want to touch that kind of a platform.
So you're saying there are limits to the power that even an Elon Musk can wield, even if he converts it into a privately held firm. Rahul, Khurshid, what is your biggest concern for an Elon Musk taking over Twitter? Is it something that can benefit Twitter in the long run, or do you believe it will change the medium forever? I heard Donald Trump sort of commending Elon Musk, and that left me very worried.
Rajdeep, obviously, I think going private has its advantages and its disadvantages, right? Like in that if he wanted to, he could incorporate product features, alter the platform in ways that eventually benefit users or advertisers, away from prying public eyes, away from stockholder pressure. But what his priorities are, we don't know that yet. In terms of what it means for the platform, I think it's safe to assume that a bunch of the staff, unfortunately, will have to find other jobs. What also is very clear that he might have bitten more than he can chew in context to the Twitter acquisition. He tried to get out of it, but the agreement that he had signed was very, very tight. What we're going to be able to find out very soon is whether the imperfect frameworks put together by Twitter over the course of the last 10 to 12 odd years of negotiating free speech and negotiating its own position relative to free speech in multiple geographies, under multiple legal regimes, what happens to that framework? And that's a crucial one in context of figuring out where Twitter goes from here. Because
do you see him controlling content? But do you see him being in a position to control content?
But he's in a position to do whatever he wants. It's his company now. So yes, if he wants to unban Donald Trump, he can. But he's been warned by Group M, for example, has very clearly stated that at least 10 of the brands that it buys ads for have told Group M to not buy ads if Trump is back on the platform, because no one wants, brand safety is a big concern in that no one wants their content to show up. And, I'm referencing Mr. Musk's open letter to advertisers that it's not going to be a free for all. So what does that mean? That means that he has to recoup his investment. He's borrowed a chunk of cash from equity investors and banks. And he has to pay that. So Twitter needs to keep making money from him. The other aspect to note is that this is likely going to create pressure on his other businesses. If China, for example, or if India wants some content removed, would it turn the screws on Tesla? 100%. So he's opened himself up to a vulnerability that is not going to stand him in the long run. But he is also assured.
Let me take what you've said as a concluding remark to Professor Pal. Will this therefore become a political... Is this an acquisition that is also about a political power play in a way? That whoever controls Twitter can, in a sense, both be susceptible to government regulations in different parts of the world, but also have a greater influence over these governments. Do you see that happening now?
I don't think so. I think what is true is that politics has moved dramatically to Twitter. Even if people say that Twitter is much smaller than, say, Facebook or other platforms, you see every politician everywhere in the world is on Twitter, and everything that they say now is mediated through social media.
you're not, Rajdeep, you yourself are not getting politicians directly speaking to you anymore, because they're saying, go to my Twitter feed and see what you have to say over there.
So will Elon Musk, for example, mediate hate speech there? Will he, as the opposition in India is already suggesting that he will muzzle their voice? Do you fear? Is that true? Or do you think that that's an exaggeration?
It's hard to say, like the other speaker said, what he will decide, whether he will take it completely in a partisan form or not. It's definitely true that he has other products to sell, which limits how much he's willing to face up to governments. And so it's not like Jeff Bezos goes and buys Washington Post and then he's going to do whatever. It's not the same with Twitter because of the way politics is tied in with Twitter. So I don't see that happening per se. And all this talk about algorithms being made open, I mean, that's not going to change that much. It's not like your average person is going to look at the algorithm and say, oh, I understand this. Explainability is incredibly complex. So I don't see huge changes in that sense. But with him, he's so unpredictable.
But there will be much more noise. I can see already on day one, we've seen noise with the CEOs being sacked, the legal head being sacked. I wish we had more time on this. Maybe we need a further round table to look at social media. But Rahil, Khurshid, good to see you. And Professor Pal, thanks very much for joining me there. It's going to be a big story in the weeks and months ahead. Let's take a break. On the other side, we'll bring you our Good News Today story. And it comes today from Patna. You're watching the News Today. News without the noise.
Art, science, and risk of making money from the markets. It's not about hot tips, but it's about making the right choice. Don't try and time the markets, but invest time in making the right call. Only with Business Today Television.
Everyone's busy finding what's trending. You're busy finding out why. India Today, for those who research before reacting. Download the India Today app now. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
Okay, let's end tonight with Chhath Puja, which is being celebrated in Bihar with traditional fervor, not just by Hindus, as many believe it is a Hindu festival, but also is anticipated by many from the Muslim community who are engaged in making the earthen chulas for the festival. This is why, much like so much else in this country, even Chhath Puja brings communities together, bridging religious divides. Think about that. In this unique country of ours, festivals are meant to bring people together, to promote harmony and not divide. Thanks for watching. Stay well, stay safe. Take a look at this report. Jai Hind, Namaskar.
Ghats filled with devotees, flowers, prasad. Bihar is celebrating its biggest Hindu festival, the Chhath Puja. And these Muslim women are making the stoves, the Kache Mati Ka Chulha, which is of great importance in this festival, on which Chhathvartis will make prasad for Lord Sun and Chhati Maiya. They have been making chulhas with great devotion for the last 30 years. From cleaning the mati to removing pebbles and choosing the best clay, they ensure the best earthen stoves are prepared.
चूल्हा बनाते हैं, ये पैसा दिया होता है, और ये अच्छा भी लगता है चूल्हा बनाने में, दिल से बनाते हैं।
The 4-day Chhath festival has emerged as a great social leveler. In all its glory, the festival promotes communal harmony. Bureau Report, India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.